He is more than, he is above us, but he is immanent. He is among us and he is with us. And that is a distinctively Christian way of understanding how the universe works. That there's an all-powerful, mighty God who actually happens to be among us. And so when we say that God is above us, when we say that God is transcendent, one of the things that we mean by this is that as we see in the text that God is self-defining. Are you tracking with that? So we live in a day and age where people believe it's our right to define God. Like we want to make God in our own image. We want to believe that we get to define who God is. So you hear people talk about this all the time. It's crazy. If you stop for a second, it really is insane. People will say, well, I don't think God would do that. Well, I'm spiritual, not religious. Well, surely if there was a God, he was. Now, what is that? That is us making God a concept and not a reality. And a concept that we can bend to our image. And yet God will not have this. God defines God. We don't define God. Like the insanity of us defining God would be like me coming up and going, hey, what's your favorite kind of fish? And you answer that question with a labradoodle. Okay, well, listen, I mean, a labradoodle's not a fish. Well, no, it is. No, bro, I'm telling you that a labradoodle is not a fish. It's a genetically modified dog that probably is a link towards the zombie apocalypse, but that's neither here nor there. It's not a fish. Now, at some point, I've got to bow out of that conversation, right? Because you have left reality, right? And so this is the exact same thing as saying, this is what God does. This is how God would act. This, like when you say, I just can't believe in a God that would, you realize it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You don't get to define God. God has defined himself. He has let himself be known.